You're watching ChillyBoy Productions. I'm Larry ChillyBoy Chilson, and this is my Pride Month review for Orlando. Now, before we get into this review, make sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button down below so that you can chill with me on each and every one of my latest videos. As part of my Pride series of movie review celebration, I am here today to talk to you all about the iconic classic Orlando, starring the fabulous Tilda Swinton. Written and directed by Sally Potter, the film is based off of the 1920s novel from Virginia Woolf. In 1600, nobleman Orlando inherits his parents' house thanks to Queen Elizabeth I, who orders him to never change. After a disastrous affair with a Russian princess, Orlando seeks refuge in the arts, but one day he is shocked to wake up as a woman. Orlando then returns home and struggles as a female to retain her property as the centuries roll by. So I'm going to be honest. This film was one that I really struggled on categorizing it. How do you categorize Orlando within the queer cinema landscape? And in most ways, this really serves mostly as a feminist, iconic film with fantastic messages about gender inequality. However, there have literally been queer projects released to the public, entire works based around the queer components of the film itself. And then there is the inspiration itself. Virginia Woolf had a lover in the 1920s named Vida, and she based the title character, the entire premise of Orlando itself, around this amazing woman that she had this same-sex relationship with in the 20s. And it blossomed into this really iconic role for Tilda Swinton that, in honesty, watching back, really helped to shape Swinton's entire career. Right off the bat, we are bending gender norms because not only is Tilda Swinton playing a young nobleman named Orlando, but we also have Quentin Crisp gender bending the role of Queen Elizabeth I, which I thought was such a fascinating twist. And here in this first segment, we get the foundation of the more queer aspect of the film. Not only are we gender bending roles and bringing no real attention to them, we also have Swinton's character, who is male, played by a female, in this relationship with a Russian princess. It's a fascinating dynamic to watch unfold. And the fun aspect to it is that the film is very aware of what's happening, but it never really draws any sort of attention to it. Outside of the quick highlights of just how ridiculous the ideas of gender were and how much more fluid they were, at least if you were a man. But of course, Orlando meets many a man throughout her time as a nobleman before that iconic scene where she just wakes up one day and says, I'm exactly the same, just a woman. And as she goes back out into the world, is faced with the same exact folks she's interacted with over and over, who have respected her, who have adored her as Orlando the nobleman, now turning their nose up to her as Orlando the lady. But we get another queer aspect to the film that shows connection just is and love transcends. As we have a rather ridiculous character, I will say this, but confesses his love to Orlando when she's a female. Mixed into his confession, he says it doesn't matter if you were a man, a woman, or broke, rich, have inheritance. I love you regardless. You are alluring in every way. And that actually was one of my favorite scenes because it was really progressive in its highlighting of complete fluidity of sexuality. something we don't really explore all that well here in 2022, a time in which we should be so much further along when it comes to accepting and understanding people where they are. Instead, we're still so fixated on boxes and fixated on straight, gay, bisexual, pansexual. In many ways, people are able to express themselves in ways we have never understood before, but in so many other ways, we are finding this rigidity to how we force people to identify, force people to take a label one way or another. A film like this, just fluid. It goes with the flow, it goes with the atmosphere and lets you know when it all boils down to it, gender is a construct, a complete societal construct in which not only does our status as valuable human beings not matter, but even our own sexualities don't matter when it comes to gender. And I found that to be a really empowering secondary message of the film that works so well in such a subtle way. Now, of course, Tilda Swinton is absolutely fantastic, as is Billy Zane, who is so dreamy in this film. Sally Potter as a director delivers. It's a gorgeous film. Of course, costuming is fantastic. It is a period piece and it lives up to the reputation. The production design is also beautiful. This house that Orlando inherits is absolutely gorgeous. The script is also fantastic. It takes this novel and adapts it in a really whimsical and fun, bit cheeky way. It isn't just a complete farce, but a really intelligent skewering, if you will. Of course, the story is so interesting. Do you enjoy period pieces? I don't think there's a way you can go through Orlando without falling in love. If you love Tilda Swinton and have not seen Orlando, watch it ASAP. This is quintessential Tilda Swinton at her best. And it's just entertaining. Wit is sharp and funny throughout. The ideas of feminism and gender are very much forefront, but woven into the entertaining aspects of this hierarchy are done expertly well. It's just a good time to watch Orlando as they move from one era to another, adapting and realizing the new challenges that they face, all because of a social construct. It all culminates in this really interesting aspect that depicts how far we have come, or at least had come during 1993, but how far we still had and have to go. As much as things changed, so much stayed the same as Orlando made their way through the times. So, what a fabulous film, a really unique addition to the queer cinema landscape. One of the first more mainstream titles to really tackle some subversive topics regarding gender normality will make you laugh as much as it will make you think. If you haven't seen it and are looking for a great watch for Pride Month, definitely check out Orlando, which is currently available with your Prime membership right there on Prime Video. That was my Pride Month review for Orlando. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below and subscribe to the channel so that you are always up to date on all of my latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Have you seen Orlando? If you have, what are your thoughts? Let me know either in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your continued support. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.